We are so back. The start of training camp for the Green Bay Packers is finally here. Today is the first practice for Green Bay Packers training camp for the 2024 season. And although Jordan Love is not practicing, he is still attending practice. So since training camp is back, today we have some highlights from the warm-up sessions during practice to react to and break down. Now that practice is open to fans, maybe we'll start to get some hidden videos of 11v11s like we did last year. And guys, don't worry, if I see those or if I get sent those, I will be posting them here on this channel. So definitely go down, click subscribe if you haven't already. Not only will I post those if I get them, I'll be making content throughout the entirety of training camp. 2 videos every single practice, going over the highlights and also a practice breakdown once it's finished. That'll go up right after this video, so be on the lookout for that. Go click subscribe. Make sure to turn on post notifications so you don't miss any of the videos that come out. If you want to stay in the loop with everything Green Bay Packers, you'll find it all here right on this channel. This is year 3 of covering the Green Bay Packers full time, so I can't thank you guys enough for supporting the channel, coming along for the ride. It's also year 11 overall of making Packers content. So appreciate all the longtime supporters and all the new supporters. Thank you guys. So without further ado, let's waste no more time and let's dive right into the highlights I have from the first training camp practice for the Green Bay Packers in 2024. I am so hyped, man. We're finally back. We are back. Football is back. Let's get into it. So the first clip is nothing crazy, but it's Jordan Love on the practice field. It's just not in pads, not in jersey, because he's not practicing. So that was announced over the weekend that, hey, a deal hasn't happened with Jordan Love yet, so he won't practice until that happens. Now, Gutekunst basically said, this is based off of what the agent said. It looks like Jordan Love really does want to be out here practicing, but at this point, it's the agent's decision, and it makes sense. You don't want Jordan Love to go out here and get a significant injury like a Teddy Bridgewater situation, and then that's a really weird situation with having to extend a player. So I understand him not practicing. This is definitely not a holdout. He's attending team meetings. He's literally at practice, at least overlooking it and talking to people and whatnot. He's just not physically practicing. But expect a deal to get done soon. This is actually Jordan Love overlooking the 2 other quarterbacks, Sean Clifford and Michael Pratt, going through warm-up drills. So he's still here watching. Like I said, a deal will definitely get done soon. I could see it happening by week's end. I don't think they want Jordan Love to miss a lot of practice. I don't think that's going to happen. I'm sure they're just going through the back end of the contract, the legwork, and intricacies of the deal that in order for this to get done, in order for the contract to get signed. So it's not a holdout. There's no worry here like other times or other teams where you see players actually hold out and basically they don't show up at all and it's kind of a messy situation. I don't see that as this at all for the Green Bay Packers and Jordan Love. Here we have a quick clip of Sean Clifford throwing a quick out route to wide receiver Christian Watson here on the outside. So Sean Clifford is going to be quarterback 1 until Jordan Love has signed the extension and begins practicing. At least that's what Gutekunst said. Sean Clifford is quarterback 1, but both Clifford and Pratt will split reps 50-50. I said it's Clifford's job to lose, although he didn't have a great OTA in minicamp. It's still his job to lose, so unless something dramatic changes where Pratt then becomes quarterback 2, but in this case quarterback 1, expect Sean Clifford to take a lot of the reps with the first team, and then Michael Pratt with the second team. And then I think Matt LaFleur also mentioned Sean Mannion might have to throw in some of these practices, who's a coach on the team now, but recently, was a quarterback in the NFL, so they have a little bit of help there. But, Sean Clifford, Michael Pratt, quarterback 2 and 3, and we're going to see a lot of them until Jordan Love is signed. Here's another clip of both of them. This is a training camp battle that I basically listed in my training camp battle video as one of the most important. I think it was number 5 on my list. We see Romeo Doubs and then also Tay Wicks catching a pass. I believe Doubs from Pratt and Tay Wicks from Sean Clifford on the top there. This is a massive quarterback battle because the Packers, usually only keep 2 quarterbacks on the 53, and that's probably going to remain. In my opinion, it's going to be Sean Clifford. I know he had a rough OTAs, but right now it's his job to lose, and I love the potential of Michael Pratt, and I think the upside is huge, but I feel like the Packers would be able to keep him on their practice squad. I know a lot disagree with me on that, but it's not often a team claims a 7th-round rookie off someone else's practice squad, right? There's a lot of other players. There's a ton of players that are cut during 53 cutdowns, and unless Pratt goes nuclear in this training camp and he's amazing, then yeah, he's your quarterback number 2, and you either try to practice squad Clifford or trade him for, a future draft pick or something of that sort. But we got a lot of practice and a lot of camp to go through in order to see who wins this job for quarterback number 2. Let me know down in the comments who you think it'll be. Here we have a clip of running back number 1, Josh Jacobs, the new running back number 1 of the Green Bay Packers, catching a quick pass here in a warm-up drill. Very excited to see the workload they're going to start to give Josh Jacobs in this offense. We know he was a workhorse type of back in Las Vegas, but the Packers never really do that with their running backs. They never really have, at least under Matt LaFleur, they never really have a guy that they go, okay, you're getting 30 carries a game, and that's what it's going to be, or 25, 30 carries. They like to have a running back by committee, or backfield by committee, and they have a committee. They have Josh Jacobs, A.J. Dillon, Marshawn Lloyd. Marshawn Lloyd actually not practicing today. He has a hip injury. It was just announced, so we'll see when he comes back. He doesn't look too serious. He didn't open up on the PUP or NFI. Just he's here, present, just not practicing. But here's a clip of Josh Jacobs catching a pass. He could be utilized in the receiving game just as much as Aaron Jones was. I know a lot of people don't think that, but if you look at the stats the last 3 seasons, I mean, they're pretty identical in terms of receiving running back, both Josh Jacobs and Aaron Jones the last 3 seasons, outside of touchdowns, of course. I don't think Josh Jacobs actually has a receiving touchdown, which is just insane. I'm sure he'll get his first one here in Green Bay of his career. But very excited for Josh Jacobs, man. I think he's going to add just another level to this offense. And I know we're all upset about Aaron Jones, but man, Josh Jacobs is a very, very solid running back, and I'm very excited for him in this offense. Here's another clip of Josh Jacobs, and man, he just looks so smooth. Just such a very fast, one-cut type of running back. Hit the hole and go north and south, break tackles in the meantime. Very excited for him. Let me know down in the comments, predict Josh Jacobs' stat line, both running and receiving. How many rushing yards, rushing touchdowns, receiving yards, receiving touchdowns? Let me know down in the comments below what you think Josh Jacobs' first season in Green Bay will look like in 2024. Here we have a clip of the best wide receiver number 5 in the entire NFL, and that is, of course, Bo Melton, who came onto the scene late last season after being a practice squad player, a former 7th-round pick to the Seattle Seahawks, and man, like I said at the beginning of the clip, I truly believe he is the best wide receiver number 5 in the NFL. I think he could be a solid number 3 receiver on a lot of NFL teams. Very excited for this receiving core. Not sure who threw that pass there, but you also see in the group the 2 new wide receivers that the Packers signed over the weekend. You see Grant DeBose there as well. You see some other wide receivers, but I think Jaden Reed also out of practice, so that was an update as well. He has a toe injury, but both Matt LaFleur and Brian Gutekunst basically said it's nothing serious. Expect him back very, very soon. So Bo Melton's going to get, even more snaps until Jaden Reed's back, because he kind of is the next in line for that Jaden Reed type of role, that slot receiver, the motion man, jet touch passes, those sort of things. And Bo Melton can definitely do it. The guy has a ton of speed, nice out route here, nice grab, and the toe drag at the end to secure the catch. Another injury update is with this clip is Tyler Davis is back. We didn't see him at all during OTAs and minicamp, obviously recovering from that ACL injury on that right knee, where you see he has a sleeve on it now. So he is officially back practicing. And a lot of people don't like Tyler Davis, and I get it, because you don't want him to touch the offense at all, but he is a very, very solid special teamer. Actually, one of the best Packers special teamers when he's, healthy and on the field the last couple of seasons. So I think he's definitely going to make the roster as tight end number 4 behind Ben Sims because of this special teams capability. We know Rich Bisaccia likes him a lot, and I guess he could play tight end in a pinch, but Tucker Kraft still isn't back yet, so more snaps for Tyler Davis here. Maybe the Packers end up adding another tight end just for camp. We'll see, but Tucker Kraft should be back soon. Then for the final clip, we have the man who got his extension yesterday, Kenny Clark here running through a defensive drill, and also Colby Wooden next to him. So Kenny Clark just signed to that 3-year extension yesterday. So happy the Packers got this done. Still 28 years old, entering a 3rd contract is just insane. Like how young this guy entered the league. It was almost a given that he would have the potential to get a 3rd contract with the Green Bay Packers, which does not happen often. But if it was to happen to someone, Kenny Clark was a great candidate, and that's why he got extended for those 3 years. I think $21.3 million average, which is, I think, a great bargain for Kenny Clark when you look at the other defensive tackles around the league like Chris Jones making $31 million annually. This guy's an anchor on this defense. I think he's going to get even better under this new Jeff Hafley scheme. And I'm very excited for Kenny Clark and this defense here in 2024. So those are all the clips I have from the first training camp practice for the Green Bay Packers in 2024. As I said, there'll be videos every single day the Packers practice, so be on the lookout for all of those. And if more hidden video footage is released or I get my hands on it, I will be releasing it to this channel, so be on the lookout for that. I wish it was just allowed for the Packers to film during 11v11s or fans and media to film. And then we could have so much more content to go over. We could actually kind of break down some plays for the Packers in 11v11s. But sadly, the Packers don't allow that, so we only have highlights from the warm-ups. That's what we have to go off of right now. And then also what happens during the practice, which I'll go over in my next video, the practice breakdown right after this one, so be on the lookout for that as well. I appreciate you guys coming by to the channel. Training camp is officially back. I'm so excited to finally get back into the groove of things. Football is back. I'm hyped for 2024. I think this team has very, very high aspirations. The vibe is there. The mentality is there. And I think this team is definitely a contender. But I appreciate you guys coming by to the video. I'll catch you on the next one. And as always, go Pack Go.